Great is your mercy, trust me, your loving kindness, trust me, your tender mercy, I see, day after day, always Alright guys, this is Shepard from Season Piano Lessons. In our today's video, we'll be talking about how we can create the minor scale, how we can develop the minor scale. This is so easy, this is so important. The first thing we're going to do, like we do in our channel, that we're going to pray. Oh Father God, we thank you for our listeners, those viewing us all over the country, all over the world. Father, oh Lord God, we pray, oh Lord God, that you give them speed and increase in learning ability in the name of Jesus. Amen. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about minor scales. How can we get our minor scales? Remember our last class we talked about how we can get our major scales. Wow, we talked about that. We went deep into it, talked about the whole step and the half steps. So we did all this in our last class, but today we'll be talking about minor scales. Minor scale is not that easy to, minor scale is not that hard to get, sorry for that mistake. It's not that difficult to obtain. The first thing you're going to do is that, let's say in the key of C. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is that we are going to, the first thing we have to know, is that we have to know that minor scales are gotten from 3 half steps. What do I mean by 3 half steps? Let's see what the key of C. 3 half steps is when you move from this to this 1 half step, from this to these 2 half steps, from this to these 3 half steps. Alright, so our minor scale is where we move from, like for example, a particular key like C and 3 half step to E flat. Our minor scale is the major scale of E flat. Wow, that sounds somehow confusing, right? Yeah, yes. Minor scale is the major scale of E flat. Alright, what do I mean by that? The major scale of E flat is right. So that's the major scale of E flat. One more time. Alright, so that's the major scale of E flat. Right, then the minor scale of C is the major scale of E flat. For example, alright, so the major scale, the major scale of E flat is the minor scale of C sharp, because of the key of C, sorry to say. Alright, why? I told you just now, there are principles applied to this. When you count from C, 3 half steps, 3 half steps, 3 half steps, 1 half step, 2 half steps, 3 half steps. So the key that you find yourself in that 3 half steps that you have made is that the major of that key is the minor of the key you left before, like the key of C. We went to this. Alright, so I said the A major, the E flat major scale is the minor scale of C. Let's say for example in the key of F. Alright, for us to get the minor of the key of F, the F minor, alright, like the F minor scale in the key of F, what we do is that we apply the same principle, 3 half steps, 1 half step, 2 half steps, 3 half steps. Alright, which key? G sharp or A flat. Alright, it means that the minor of F, of the key of F, is the major of G sharp, like we did in the first one before, G sharp or A flat. What I mean, let's play the major chord, the major note, the major scale in the key of G sharp. Alright, so the minor is the same thing, but we're just going to start from the 6th, like we did the first time. So this is Do, which is 1. We talked about it in our last class. Re 2, Mi 3, Fa 4, Sol 5, La 6. 6 is in F. Remember, the first one we did before was in C and E. 6 was in C. Now 6 is in what? Is in F. They continue. Then the continuation, when you're continuing the major scale of G sharp. When you continue the major scale of G sharp from the 6th chord to the 6th chord again, that is your minor scale in the key of F. Let's say for example, this may sound confusing, but if look at it, just look at it carefully. So this is 6 in the key of G sharp, but now it's not the 1st in the key of F. Alright? Alright, this is a minor. This is a minor. So this is the minor of the key of F. So it's just a simple principle. Just a simple principle. Alright? The minor, for you to get the minor, count 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. The major of that key is the minor of the key you left. You counted from. Alright? So when we talk about notes, when we talk about the minor chord, when we talk about our triads, the major, the minor chord, the augmented and the diminished chord, then you will know more about how this minor can help us. Alright? So guys, this principle is applied on all.